Friday, May 4th, 2012. Temperatures are in the mid-50s. Today we are going on the Grand Holland Tour, which takes us to the world's largest flower auction in Aalsmeer, then to Rotterdam, then to a pottery factory in Delft, and then to The Hague, the seat of the Dutch government. The Dutch rank third worldwide in value of agricultural exports, earning $55 billion annually. A significant portion is derived from fresh-cut flowers, plants, and bulbs, with the Netherlands exporting two-thirds of the world's total. Driving to the flower auction, we see miles and miles and miles of greenhouses. Working in a greenhouse is hard work and low-paying. These jobs are usually filled by migrant workers from Middle and Eastern Europe. It is estimated that there are over 200,000 immigrant workers in the Netherlands. The tour allows us to stop and see the world's largest flower auction at Flora Holland in the city of Aalsmeer, where fresh-cut flowers are auctioned off daily and shipped around the world. Thousands of buyers attend the 12 auction halls at the various Flora Holland locations. In a matter of hours, the auction sells millions of flowers and plants through tens of thousands of transactions. Speed is important at auction because the sooner the flowers and plants can be shipped to the customer, the better. The warehouse has over 10.7 million square feet of floor space, making it one of the largest commercial buildings in the world. The process begins the night before, when the growers package and deliver the flowers to the auction warehouse. Many of the growers are local, as seen by the numerous greenhouses we drove by on the way to the auction. There are also products from around the world shipped by plane and delivered to the warehouse to be auctioned off. There is an airport nearby, making it easy to ship flowers to and from the warehouse. As soon as the electronic delivery forms have been scanned, products go into the various refrigerated areas with different temperatures so that the best climate for each type of product is achieved, helping to maintain the quality of the flowers and plants. In the course of the night, auction inspectors check the products for quality so that the buyer can be assured that the quality as indicated by the grower is correct. The auction begins the following morning at 6 a.m. Once sold, products are moved to the distribution area where the shipping process begins. The buyers then sort and ship the flowers and plants to their customers as quickly as possible. In most cases, it takes less than 24 hours for a local grower to package and deliver flowers and plants to the warehouse, auction them off, and then ship them to customers around the world. After about an hour at the flower auction, we get back on the bus and head to the small town of Delft, just outside of Rotterdam. The Dutch are famous for their windmills. By building dikes and using windmills to pump water, they have created new land. The airport in Amsterdam, for example, is at 10 feet below sea level. Today, the pumping is done by modern machinery. In the 1960s, the Dutch government sold the windmills, mostly to private homeowners, but they also declared them to be national monuments, meaning they have to be maintained in their original state. Once a year, they hold National Windmill Day, where the owners open up their windmills to tourists. The tour takes us to a factory producing the world-famous Delftware. When the Dutch East India Company began importing porcelain from China in the 17th century, Dutch pottery factories began to imitate the Chinese porcelain. At one time, there were 32 factories producing Delftware. Today, there are only a few that remain. The factory gives us a demonstration of how Delftware is produced.
The sketch can be made either freehand with a pencil. For symmetrical decorations, we also use a stencil. The lines on the stencil have been perforated with a needle. We rub charcoal dust through the holes, and that's how we get a very vague sketch on the plate. Then the outlines are hand painted with a very fine brush, and the entire decoration is painted by hand. First the lighter, then the darker shades. When the painting is finished, the items are dipped in a bath of white glaze, which completely covers the decoration. Like this left part, the items are fired again. In the kiln, during this firing, the white glaze melts and becomes transparent, while the black paint changes into blue. Magic.
It is pretty.
We stopped for lunch in the Delft town square. The town dates back to the 13th century. Over the centuries, members of the royal family moved here, married here, and were buried here. It is known as the Princess's City. Rotterdam is the second largest city in the Netherlands after Amsterdam, and is one of the largest ports in the world. The city dates back to the year 1270, when a dam was constructed on the Rot River. The Swan Bridge is one of many interesting architectural structures found in Rotterdam. The 2,631-foot bridge was built in 1996. Rotterdam suffered heavy damage from bombing during World War II, destroying most of the buildings in the inner city. When it was rebuilt, the city councils began developing an active architectural policy with daring and new styles of apartments, office buildings, and bridges that give the city its modern look. The tour also took us to The Hague, which is the seat of the Dutch government and location of numerous international organizations. This palace is the working palace of the Dutch Queen. We then stopped to see the Peace Palace. It houses the International Court of Justice, the judicial body of the United Nations. It is also the site for the World Peace Flame. In 2004, nations from around the world contributed to the construction of the World Peace Flame Pathway to create a single declaration of peace.